No, no, I could have been on time. I could have been on time, Nathan, if that's your real name. I was waiting for Ballz. I was waiting for him to show up. He said he was going to be a few minutes late. So I thought I'd wait a few minutes. But unfortunately, work seems to be keeping him a little bit longer than expected. So I'll go without him. He will be joining us in progress, which kind of sucks because I have a new background I want to test out, and I wanted to see how it works with the two video setup, see how it's going to balance out, but I can't do that. So at least not until he does it. Kyle, what's up, man? How you doing? Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate you guys doing so. We're going to talk a horror show, the horror show at Extreme Rules. There's a pay-per-view this weekend. It'll be interesting. We have thoughts. We have lots of thoughts, and you probably have thoughts too. So feel free to leave a comment at any time, like some of you guys already have. That would be great. Also have 6 things on Ballz's list on his mind today. So something to keep in mind. What's up, Kevin? Yeah, how you doing? From Green Bay, Wisconsin. You're from Mr. Anderson territory there, Kyle Anderson. Yeah, or Mr. Kennedy, whatever. Well, what do you prefer? Mr. Kennedy, the WWE part, or the Mr. Anderson part? I think I like Kennedy better, but I would argue he actually had a better run as Mr. Anderson in TNA wrestling. Also, I'll tell you right now, since Ballz is not here yet, he's going to think there's another guess the crotch, guess the groin, as we've been doing the last few weeks to see how well he knows his action figure packages. Not doing that this week. I'm going to throw him off. I got a different challenge for him this week. So, what? Oh, whoa, Kyle, Mr. Anderson, like Ken Anderson, like Mr. Kennedy, Ken Kennedy, Anderson. No, like this is not like you had a school teacher named Mr. Anderson and he was a little bit pervy. He kind of let that side eye linger on you a little bit much. Are you talking the real Mr. Anderson? You and Mr. Anderson grew up together? Yeah, you say yes. Okay. Is there any pictures, any proof? I actually don't even know if you could prove that to me right now here on the live stream, but that would be interesting if you could. I met him. I didn't grow up with him, but I met him. I'm like, are you like this, like same high school and everything? You know, Kyle, like I'm very curious now. And have you tried to hit him up for money? Because if you've tried to hit him up for money, I understand. I understand that completely. Be like, hey, how you doing? Follow me. I will after the show. Can't do it right now, but I trust you. Okay, I've grilled you. I didn't believe you. That was disrespectful of me. I believe you now, and we'll hook up after the show. So yeah. So while we wait for Ballz to actually officially kick off the show, I'm looking at Pops, Funko Pops. Any other collectors here? I know Nathan, who called us out for being late. He which figure behind you is your? Oh, okay. Well, I'm looking at Pops, and I'm looking at the prices of some of them, like the resales, like a Rey Mysterio one from San Diego Comic-Con 2014. One that in the package, somebody's looking for like $250 for it. Yeah, I got that one. It's out of the package, so it's probably not worth as much. But I've met Warrior and many others. Me too, buddy. Me too. I've been very lucky. Which figure behind me is my favorite? Okay, so if you watch the shows, the streams over the last couple of weeks, I don't know how well you pay attention to the background, but if you go back and look a month ago to today, different, completely different. I have to go little by little, and I do like one section at a time, and then I dust them off and I rearrange because a lot of the packages, like you see these here, they're different shapes, they're different sizes. So I do them section by section, basically. So if you go a month ago to now, these are completely different. But they're all clean now. So which one is my favorite? I don't know. That's a good question. I got gold dust around here somewhere. I got some gold dust over there, and I like the Finn Balor's. that you can't really tell they're one group above the edge stuff here. And then actually, I don't know if you to see again too tall. Damn it, too tall. Like right there where my finger's pointing is the Shockmaster, the upside down one. Yeah, I'll have to go through. I'll have to go through another time. And look at Kyle. Look at Kyle humble bragging again. He's like, oh, I grew up with Mr. Kennedy. Ooh, I met a lot of people. I have my own figure. Do you have Kung Fu action, though? If you do have action, you tell us what that action is. Brad, come back to Warsaw. I don't think you can pay me enough to go back to Warsaw. Not that I don't like you or a handful of other people there, but I could not see myself going back to Warsaw, Indiana. I could not do that. That would be, no. I hate to say, Brad, and if you like the area, I don't mean to disrespect. If you like the area, of all the radio markets I've ever worked and lived in, easily my least favorite was Warsaw. The people there, just not you, but everybody else there kind of sucked. Kyle wants to know, have I ever met the Undertaker? Yeah, I've met the Undertaker. Impressed him even with I had a Undertaker tie from like 1998. Really bad looking tie, and I had him sign it, and he was wowed that somebody in like 2015, 2016, around there still had a tie from 20 years ago. And so I got that somewhere around here. I don't know if it's in here or not. It's probably in there somewhere. I don't know. I got like a stash of toys there. Brad says Shockmaster. Oh, Shockmaster's awesome. And that's Rob Schamberger. Rob Schamberger, the artist. That's all he paints now is the Shockmaster. That's all he does.
It's true.
Yeah. Oh wow! Look who decided to show up, everybody.
Dude,
how you doing, man? I know that work got you.
Internet, it sucks.
Your internet or their internet?
No. The other people.
Okay. So you were helping. He works with the Comic Con, so he was doing like one of those virtual Q&As, and you help facilitate, kind of like a producer. And
absolutely.
Yeah, you kind of have to count on everything technologically working out. Yeah.
It's amazing in 2020 how many areas and people still have really crappy internet. And like the guest and I were just hanging out. We literally hung out for an hour.
So, hey, what's your son?
What's up, girl? Yeah, no. What's funny is her and I were talking about the con scene, and her agent also reps a couple wrestlers.
Okay.
So we were talking about that, and she was like, Booker T, fantastic. Well-dressed at all times, well-mannered. Ric Flair, he's Ric Flair.
Yeah, of course.
There is no pretense. Yeah. Out at a restaurant, everything you see is what you know about Ric Flair. And I was like, I assume so, but thank you very much for confirming that.
Well, if you need a host or a moderator for that, you let me know.
I will, yeah.
I got you, buddy.
Yeah. So, I should have been done at like 7:30 Eastern time.
If I scroll back up on the comments, Nathan calling us out because I gave you like 5 minutes, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to go live now. And Nathan, like, riding our nuts right away, not letting us relax at all.
I mean, yeah, but I'm excited someone cares that enough.
That is very true. That is very true. Now, I was hoping you would be, on time or even early because I have a new background I wanted to try for the show, but I didn't know how I was going to look with the two screens.
Ooh.
So, all right. So there's like some headphones there that you can, like, behind you.
Yeah, I see that.
I wanted to play around with it a little bit, but
that doesn't get to happen because life and jobs get in the way.
Yeah. So this background will probably look different next week after I tweak it a little bit, but
there we go.
Going with it. And also I was letting people know that these are different.
No, the figures, yeah.
Yeah, because I cleaned them and dusted them because somebody asked me what my favorite one behind me was. I'm like, I just switched it.
I have to look.
That is Mo Lightning. That's right. Where is Ballz out of? Always wondered.
I'm out of Ohio.
Think of the darkest, dampest, most moist location. That's where he's at.
I mean, it did rain earlier, but not that hard. Like, not that bad.
Yeah, he's out of Ohio, northern, northwestern, central Ohio. Tell people your exact GPS location.
Canton, Ohio, which would be northeast Ohio. Yeah.
Pretty much he lives right inside the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
That's close. Yeah.
Right by the visitor end zone. He lives there.
Not that close, but yeah.
Yeah. So I was previewing everything for everybody, what we got going on.
Oh, cool.
And hyping them up, saying, and thank you. Somebody called me out on it. Moist. The worst word in human vocabulary. I have no problem with moist, but
yeah, I don't either.
A lot of other people apparently have a word with. I have a problem with the word moist.
I don't know why.
Show of hands. Anybody want to vote for moist? Could this be the first word we've ever banned on the low blow? If everybody agrees right now, nope. Don't say moist ever again.
I mean, let's be honest. We don't say it that often, so it's not like we'd be cutting anything out, truly. He
vacationed in Canton a couple of years ago, went to the hall, really enjoyed the area, probably used your bathroom, Balls.
Nice.
Yeah, that's pretty nice. So are you ready for our weekly challenge?
I am.
All right, so you think you know the action figure package?
I hope I do.
Guess the groin? Well, too bad, because we're not doing that this week. No, I got a different challenge for you.
Oh, man.
I got to keep you on your toes. You know, you were expecting it, so I got to do something different.
I've been studying action figure groins nonstop for...
I know you have, but it's too bad. No. Instead, I found, buried in the closet, the World Wrestling Federation wrestling trivia game.
All right.
Second edition with all new photos and questions from 1998.
Ooh, good. Year I graduated high school.
So this is authentic, by the way. I mean, come on. Look at Triple H and The Undertaker there.
Absolutely.
They put China on the packages.
That's who I remember when I talk about like watching wrestling.
See, I had busted this out hoping that it was early 2000s. It was new enough to be able to have some Dudley Boy trivia.
Yeah.
To be able to see how much Devon remembers his own career, but this is even before him in WWE.
Oh, wow.
So I'm gonna bust out some World Wrestling Federation trivia questions. There's 5 per card. You give me a number, buddy.
Ooh, 5 per card. Let's do 2.
All right. What was Steve Austin's first nickname upon entering the Federation? Stone Cold, Smilin' Steve Austin, or Ringmaster?
Ringmaster.
All right. Pick another number out of this card here.
5.
5. Deborah McMichael once appeared on what daytime talk show? Yeah. See, you thought that first question was going to represent all of this? Oh, no. This is tough as shit, man. These questions.
Daytime talk show, 98. I'm going to go Jerry Springer.
Oprah.
Ah!
Yeah.
Not the one I would have thought.
All right. So I'm going to go 2 and 5 again on this next card at random.
Okay.
While you pretend to work in the background. At the 1991 Royal Rumble, who eliminated Bret Hart? Was it Undertaker, Hulk Hogan, Sid Justice, or Jim Neidhart?
Ooh, 91?
Yeah.
I act like that will somehow jog my memory.
91. I recall that one.
I believe that has nothing to do with WWF in 1998. I have no clue whatsoever. I'm going to go Undertaker.
It is Undertaker. All right. And then the much more difficult one. Sable once modeled for which clothing company?
Playboy, not a clothing company.
Well, I mean, they have had their lines, but I don't know if they had it back then.
Let's go with Guess Jeans.
Guess Jeans.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're better at this than action figure groin. Well done. All right. Well, I'm going to do one more card for you.
Okay.
All right. Do you want to pick numbers? You want to keep the same?
Do the same.
All right. Same ones, last ones, and then we move on finally.
Yeah.
You're much better at this than I expected, so I may never have to do this again. All right.
All right.
What sort of match did Rick Martel and Jake Roberts have at WrestleMania 7? Was it a snake pit match, a blindfold match, or an I Quit match?
It's a blindfold match.
Wow, man, Ballz is on fire. It's that moistness underneath that's just, whew. All right. And then Mark Marrow was once a member of what U.S. team? Think like Olympics, like a sport.
Oh, okay. I mean,
you're going to be like, yeah, that makes sense.
I mean, I kind of just want to go with the wrestling.
It's not wrestling, boxing.
Boxing. Yeah, okay. Yeah.
See, it makes sense. You're like,
boxing,
yeah. With little boxing trunks and.
Yeah, but like, shock put? Like, I don't.
Shot put. Pole vault? What?
The Johnny B. Javelin? I don't know.
All right, so we're trying all these different things out because we want you guys to tell us which of these segments you like more. So if you want Guess the Groin to be a weekly thing, you let us know. If you like the trivia thing because you can guess along, that's fine too. We're going to keep trying some different things out here over the weeks. And it's not just on the Low Blow. This is also on Table Talk, on the Big Show, just to kind of spruce things up. We're on video now, so we might as well try for the first time in a decade.
You need to let me know how well Devon does at Guess the Groin.
I mean, I could, and he'd be like, I don't know.
You just continue to use his action figure every time.
Great Balls of Fire, by the way. There are T-shirts available at our store of Great Balls of Fire.
Very true. You can be the ones person who's bought one.
Well, I have one of the original ones.
Yeah.
But I didn't order one from Teespring, though, so our new store. So
yeah.
Sorry, buddy. All right. So before we get to predictions, I think it's up to you for 6 things, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, I did 6 things this time. So, yeah.
Spray the action figure package to see who's the most. How dare you, sir?
I'm offended on so many levels.
Yeah.
Like, as a collector, that's going to damage the box. Like, it's not
okay.
all right.
That guy's from Warsaw, Indiana. It's all right. He's, you know what I'm saying. Yeah. All right. So 6 things on Ballz' mind.
Yes.
You tell me when you want me to click the button.
Click the button for number 1. Ooh, excuse me. First thing on my mind, debuted at AEW. Now, we talked about this last week. Who would make a good manager for Nyla Rose? Apparently, we both completely forgot that Vicky Guerrero, has a loose affiliation with AEW, and WWE won't talk to her anymore, so there's nowhere else for her to go.
For now.
Vicky Guerrero is now the manager of Nyla Rose.
WWE reminds me of a radio station, and I know you can appreciate this, Ballz, where the radio station expects a full-time commitment from their part-timers and the people that they don't give hours to. But when the part-timers start looking elsewhere, how dare you? Oh my. That's exactly what WWE's doing with the stars. Like, we have nothing for you, Vicky, but how dare you go to AEW?
How dare you try to make money somewhere else? That's
how dare you?
Yeah. Oh, radio was like that. I remember that definitely.
Yeah, this is the horror show before the horror show, so it's Laura. That does make a lot of sense. Yeah. So, but I like it. I think it's a good pick. Vicky is great heel heat in a company that I know AEW fans like. Oh, you can't badmouth anything they do. They don't have a lot in the way of true heels. Most of the heels they have are the cool heels that still kind of nudge you. They wink at you a little bit. Vicky, you're gonna get booed out of the building. That's brilliant.
No, and that's exactly what Nyla needs. Like, Nyla's a heel, but she wasn't connecting, and Vicky will help with that totally.
So I think that's a great move on AEW's part, and it's good to see her again. I was very happy to see Vicky Guerrero again, and not just a cameo backstage, announcer role.
I feel now like AEW has like 3 times more managers than WWE has, and WWE has like 6 times the amount of airtime. Like AEW definitely seems to be invested in that manager type role.
You think so? I mean, the managers are starting to equal the amount of actual talent.
It's true. 47 managers. So weird. Yeah, like literally taking Mo is debuting next week as a random manager.
Spoilers.
I didn't say who you were managing.
No, but it's still, you just spoiled it for everybody because everybody's going to assume now I'm managing my favorite John Moxley.
Sean Spears. It's
because he needs more. Yeah.
Double the managers. That's what it is. It's the only way he'll get over. Number 2 thing on my mind.
Boom.
I only put quote the Raven. The full quote should be quote the Raven, NWA is nevermore.
Ooh. That's all you told me to put. So.
Oh, I know. Yeah, I know. Absolutely. So Raven went on record saying he believes NWA is going under. Within a very short amount of time, Billy Corgan responds, "No, we're not. Please don't listen to people." Yeah. Pump your brakes.
Pump brakes. There you go. I love that Billy Corgan's like, I appreciate the internet chatter, but we're not going anywhere.
Yeah. His quote was very similar to that. It was like, appreciate the conversation, appreciate the dialogue. It's not a thing. Like,
no, they are taking a hiatus because the pandemic 2020 happened and not everybody can be an AEW or a WWE and continue to run that right now.
No, absolutely.
And Billy Corgan also does a music thing, and apparently he's already got like 3 albums worth of material ready to go. So he does a lot of that music thing.
Well, and as he mentioned, like they're just trying to find their place here, like what their place is going forward with the pandemic. So, thanks, Brad. Just trying to figure out what their place is going forward, and what they want to do. So. They obviously did let some people go. I don't know if it was a situation where if you wanted to be let go, they let you, or contracts just ran out. We don't really know that part, but there are people that have been let go and free to kind of go wherever they want. So I think it's good for them.
And when Billy Corgan, William Corgan in the music world, by the way, he doesn't like Billy anymore. William Corgan, when he first took over the NWA, he actually allowed the stars to still make the indie appearances while under contract with them. Yeah. So that could be the case. Is like, hey, I can't put you on TV. I can't do tapings right now. Yeah. But if you have a show you can make money off of, do it.
Yeah. And I mean, which is even harder now because a lot of indie shows aren't even back up yet. So,
yeah. What would my manager name be for Moxley? Mon Joxley, the Jocks holder. That was it. I mean, that's uncanny.
I think you should be just Mo Moxley, like you're a long lost brother or distant cousin.
Yeah, and we don't get along at all.
And then they can call you Momo.
It wouldn't be the first time, won't be the last time.
Right? That's what I thought.
Yeah. We won't get along. I keep giving them bad career advice. That'll be the whole storyline and gimmick.
You should totally take that match.
Gimmick.
Number 3 thing on my mind. Cash Money Punk. It's apparently what the actual CM stands for in CM Punk. I don't know how it came back up again, but Cody Rhodes talked to it again about Punk, basically negotiating for a bunch of money.
A lot of money.
A lot of money. So my first question in this was, is CM Punk even worth it at this point? And I want to bring up something he mentioned in the conversation Cody did, where he said, not only are they looking at what you've previously done, but also what you have left in the tank. Like, and this is where I thought it was interesting with Punk, where, basing on his previous experience, you go, well, in name value, man, CM Punk would probably be worth it. But if you're looking, what do you have left in the tank? Maybe how much desire or heart is in it. I don't know if that's as much of a question. Like, they bring up FTR, he brought up Ricky Starks, and how they were worth it and making an investment in, large careers ahead of them that they can grow in AEW.
Right.
CM Punk isn't necessarily that thing. So what are your thoughts on that? Is there, obviously there's a dollar amount where CM Punk is worth it. Is he worth a big payday? And do you think would he tip ratings? Like, is he worth an investment?
Well, Cody did say also in that topic that they're not ruling out CM Punk and even that price tag, whatever it is, in the future. They just said at the time they needed to invest in more of the everyday people, and I agree with that. I think bringing in CM Punk right now doesn't move that needle. It does not do much in the way of ratings. I think much like that first episode of WWE Backstage when he showed up, people are like, oh my God, he's back in pro wrestling. What is going on? But I don't think, if he wrestles again, that's a big deal. But AEW would really have to find the right first opponent for him to really get that buzz going.
Yeah, and do you make it an AEW person, or do you rely on someone like a Chris Jericho, who they have?
You've already seen him against Jericho and some of these guys. I think that's the safer route. Like him and Jericho, I have no doubt in 2020, 2021 could be as great as we've seen him in the past. But I think CM Punk priced himself that high because he knows that severs any connection he has with WWE at that point. Yes, he was hired by Fox for WWE Backstage, so he wasn't a WWE employee, but that got conversation going again, and I don't think WWE's as opposed to bringing him back under the right circumstances as well.
Yeah, for sure.
Also, right now with the pandemic and the lack of crowd, CM Punk returning is cool, but to me, and you could argue this for anything in wrestling, it's a lost opportunity.
Yes,
you bring him back, crowd's gonna go like, oh my God, this is crazy, this is outstanding. But so the demo god, sorry. Oh, yes, Sebastian Bach, the demo god, yes. I think CM Punk just knows his value, but he also knows that he's not going to do a Canadian destroyer off of the top rope. Yeah. Onto the outside. There's stars for that. So there's going to be expectations on CM Punk when he comes back that he's got to put on a hell of a match, but he's not going to be doing what a lot of them are doing. No. But I think a lot of people are going to think like back to his Ring of Honor days. They're going to think back to that stuff like, oh, CM Punk's unleashed now, not realizing that was a while ago. That was a long time ago. Absolutely. And not to say there's not good ideas here, like Brian says here, CM Punk versus Orange Cassidy would be great. He wants Orange to win. I appreciate the thought there. The OC is getting he's working his way up. He's getting there. I don't know if he's there yet, but he's getting there. So there's a lot of opportunity, but I think if CM Punk ever does return, I think it's to WWE to kind of like close a chapter. Probably. More on a personal level. I think AEW would probably be better for creative control, but I don't think they're there right now. There was something, and this kind of ties into what the topic was, where Tony Khan basically said, we should be on the lookout for more names people have heard of coming into the company soon. More WWE cast-offs. He's more open to it than he was, I guess, is mainly what he's saying. That he's open to it, but the fans sure as hell ain't. No. And that's what, there's a thing with Cody basically saying there are money people around them to make sure, who they invest in. And then there's this thing with Tony Khan where he just came out recently and said, we needed to start the company with Orange Cassidy, the best friends, like Lucha Brothers, all these people that are known on the indies, but not household names. Now we can look at some people that maybe would be available and stuff like that. So I'm curious to see who those names could be and how much TV time they get, because they keep adding roster, but they're not dropping much roster. No, they're not. I hopefully, once the pandemic stuff gets lifted and AEW Dark
doesn't rely on a bunch of like local indie talent, maybe we can get, some more storyline and stuff happening on there.
Right.
But we'll see. Number 4 thing on my mind, please. Limitless Danger. So as you saw on NXT, if you watched, the Limitless one, Keith Lee had his first title defense, not for the North American title, not for the NXT title, for both titles. I think it's a very dangerous corner you paint yourself into.
So dangerous.
In many different respects, because how do you decide, storyline-wise, who competes for what belt? So say someone like Gargano, Finn Balor. Eventually, you're going to have to start competing against you. Every title defense can't be for both belts, I don't think, or else someone is obviously going to be the next double champion.
Don't you say that, because WWE's like, okay, all right, bring it on. We're going to make him tag champions too.
Right? Oh, man.
No, I see what you're saying there. I think that's where William Regal, as the on-air manager, I think that's where he comes in, where Gargano, a heel, comes in and gets very greedy that they want both belts, but William Regal's like, no, you don't get both belts. You haven't earned both belts. And I think that's where they break it up. But I think Keith Lee is going to be positioned as that champion who doesn't mind putting both belts on the line, but it'll be someone else, it'll be Regal or someone else that intervenes and says, no, don't do it. Both belts all the time. Yeah.
That's, I'm hoping. I do bet. I'm actually a big Keith Lee fan. I do bask in his glory.
He is a smooth operator. That is for
sure.
He is
a smooth operator.
I like that he gave his friend that, especially after a couple days ago, he was talking about Dominic, Django Unchained, and him are going to headline WrestleMania one day. So it was a nice follow up that he just gave him, and like even Dominic's like, just like even he was hesitant, like he was waiting for the catch, and it never happened. Except I was waiting for the catch, like especially when the match happened halfway through the show. I'm like, okay, well, Adam Cole's interfering.
Yeah. I was like, something.
We got a clean finish, so I thought that was great.
Yeah. No, I did. I felt the exact same thing. Like someone is interfering, like something's happening, but nothing did, and it was good.
You have to watch the Netflix movie The Main Event to see Smooth Operator.
Oh,
I'm gonna let you do that, Ballz, because I have no desire to watch that.
I also can't do that. You say it was a Netflix movie?
Yes.
So follow up from last week's show, where I was supposed to watch Glow. I was going to watch Glow. I don't have a Netflix account.
Steal one like everyone else.
I'm going to now, but it took me a little bit to realize that I no longer have access to the one I was on. So
all you had to do is like turn on Netflix, log in, doesn't log in. I no longer have access. How do you mean it took a while?
Well, it took a couple days for me to decide, oh man, you know what? I have some free time.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. That's honest right there. You're like, I don't really know if I want to watch Glow. I'm bored.
Okay. And it wasn't that. It was like, oh, work's done. I'm good. I can start Glow. Hey,
I've watched the Psych sequel movie. I've already played with myself. I'm bored, so I'll watch Glow now.
Yeah, still no Glow. So
still no Glow.
Glow Watch 2020 is still on.
And no WWE movie on Netflix. So actually, this is a good thing for you. Because I'm really compiling this list of movies and shows that you need to watch, not me. I've already watched Glow, so I'm good there.
We'll see. Number 5 thing on my mind.
We'll see.
Slammiversary. It's coming up on Saturday. We're not predicting it today because we haven't really been paying attention to TNA. However,
there's that, and the chat right now isn't exactly demanding. We need Slammiversary talk.
So
just one of those things. A lot of the people that tune in and interact with us don't watch Impact anymore, or they just casually watch. So, we gotta go with the crowd. And if the crowd doesn't say, give me more Impact, then we're very cushioned. And we don't have impactful conversations. We talk about moist.
Man, impactful conversation was a much better pun. Damn it.
You dropped the balls on that one.
I did. So as I said, Saturday, Slammiversary. Also, like a day after or the day of, all the contracts from WWE they are now
all
available.
of them. All of them.
Everyone who got let go during the pandemic.
Oh, okay. All right. I'm like,
It isn't a
John
random
Cena
NXT
shows up to Slammiversary.
As of this week, the Rascals have announced an open challenge for a tag team. Is there any way that this is not a tag team featuring people who just got fired from WWE? I'm not going to say the Good Brothers, but they totally make sense. It could also be, you know, Ryder and Hawkins. It could be, or not, whatever they choose to go by.
Right.
Do you think, is there a possibility that it's not a former WWE tag team?
Possibility, yes. Is it a large possibility? No, because you also have Heath Slater teasing that him and Rhino are reuniting as a tag team. So you have 3 teams right there between what I listed and what you listed.
Yeah, I also forgot that Rhino and Heath Slater were a team.
Right. So that right there alone is 3 possibilities. I would love it if the open challenge is taken and picked up by somebody like Bully Ray's in Impact Wrestling again.
Yeah.
Well, and something that it's known, but it's not known.
Is he backstage or is he on screen?
He still seems to want to wrestle, but I don't think he wants a full-time schedule. I'm like, I don't know for sure. Obviously, I co-host with somebody that may know more than I do, but so Bully could Bully and the former Spike Dudley. I don't know if he still makes appearances or not. They could show up as a Team 3D or whatever. It's like there are possibilities, but I do believe it's one of the teams that we have already mentioned.
I would agree. And okay, let's ballpark this right now. How many WWE people, former WWE people that got let go during the pandemic, because really this could be any WWE people, how many do you think show up on this pay-per-view? Maybe even if it's a one-off, how many show up?
I'm going to guess 5.
It's a good number.
I was thinking 4 men and 1 female. I don't even remember which females were let go, to be honest with you.
I don't know but one that's not pregnant. Sarah Logan's the only one I remember, and she's pregnant, so she ain't there.
No, and her. 5 seems to be a good number. Good guess for a lot of us.
5 is a good number. Even if it's a one-off, I see EC3 showing up. Rusev has Corona, so he won't be there. And
even then, I don't know. Again, with Tony Khan saying he wants some, he's okay with some former WWE people coming over. Rusev better be a target of AEW.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
If not, then
I hope. I personally believe he would be my number 1, probably.
With the crowd reaction alone, Miro or whatever he's going by on online now.
Miro Day.
Miro Day, yeah.
All right, number 6 thing on my mind. What a figure. No, it's not as creepy, and it's not even really like pick the junk that we were doing earlier.
Not guess the groin?
So, not guess the groin.
Huh.
So what I thought would be fun is more of a almost something for you.
Whoa, we do not have fun on this show.
Believe me, I know. It's been 15 years.
I know.
So I thought it'd be fun. You know, people are watching that maybe hadn't listened before. Chance for you and people to get to know us. We both collect wrestling figures. You have a large display behind you. I have a very minimal display behind me.
Which is representative of so much in life.
You're overcompensating, and I'm right about there.
That's not right. Yeah, that's exactly what I was implying.
So, to you, what's one of your favorite figures in your collection? And is there something coming? I don't know if this was asked before I hopped on. So, it probably was at this point. That would be my luck in this. Favorite thing in your collection, and what figure is coming out soon that you're looking forward to the most?
So this was right as you were jumping in on the show. Which figure behind you is your favorite?
Well, luckily, and everyone may not know this, I know that you have way more than what's behind you.
Yes, that is true. I have 6 walls that are covered with these figures.
Exactly.
Yeah, so the collection is growing. I am starting to think of what my backup plan will be once I've filled up all the walls. And start thinking, okay, well, you're no longer going to be displayed. Yeah, so I'm starting to go around and about there. Favorites. So ones I'm looking forward to. I don't know if they've actually been announced or not, but when we get an Elite Street Profits, I'll be happy about that.
Yep.
Because I actually found the D'Angelo or the Angelo Hawkins. I'm confusing myself now with his name. I didn't realize he was so tall. Like I picked up the basic figure and I put it next to AJ Styles, and he's like a foot taller than AJ. I'm like, I didn't realize he was that tall.
I hope that's not just a mess up. Like,
he is a big boy, apparently.
Yeah.
So I thought it was great, but I'm looking forward to the Elite versions of that. But I'm actually looking forward to the AEW line to get a Dustin Rhodes figure.
Yeah.
I mean, because obviously I was such a Orange Cassidy as the whole thing that started the Guess the Groin segment here on the show. So those are probably what I'm looking forward to. Favorites, though, I don't know. That's tough. Like, do I have to pick one, or can I pick like 100?
Oh, you can pick as many as you want.
All right, strap in. I got 100. First one,
number 42.
So this one was a pretty big deal. I'm happy that this one's actually nearby.
Ooh.
The pack of there. I'm trying to get the glare away. Macho Man and CM Punk. It's pretty cool, especially because it took forever for WWE to get the rights to Macho Man stuff.
Yes.
And then, of course, now knowing their relationship with CM Punk, there's no way in hell this gets printed again anytime soon.
Nope.
Or any variation of it. So that's up there. I have a 1 of 3,000 gold dust from the Jax days before Mattel took over. So it's all gold package and everything, and it's from the classic with the robe and everything. So I think that's pretty cool. I know. I keep thinking about it. What about you?
Yeah. So you mentioned that with gold dust. The new AEW line is going to do that as well. They have a Jericho and a Cody that are both going to be exclusive to, I think one is almost 500 and one is 1,000.
Doll talk.
Goes, well, how many get made? Assuming that was pretty much it. But no, it's way over 1,000 figures get made. See, I have not pre-ordered any of the AEW yet. I'll be honest, I kind of want to find them in the wild. Like, they're
starting with Walmart, right? I think we said that.
Yeah.
At one point.
Starting with Walmart, and then Ringside Collectibles you could order online. But I really want to find him in the wild. And I don't know how excited I want the Kenny Omega, but his hair is so completely wrong that I don't know if I can. I want to support the line.
Son of a bitch.
But I don't know if I'm going to buy it right away. We'll see.
Tony Khan cancel AEW figures.
I think Tony Khan did say that, or it wasn't Tony Khan. Jeremy Podwar, who works with the toy company that's making AEW figures, had mentioned that they see, I read Walmart and Ringside, not Target initially, but I can be wrong. I mean, I just obviously we won't know until they show up. But I'd heard running changes. They're going to fix skin tone on people and hair color. But some of the stuff that
follow.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Follow Ballz.
They are fixing it. Yep. It's a running change. So will I buy it day one? No. Like 2 months in? Probably.
Maybe you should get both so you have both of them, because that first one becomes a collector's item.
Ooh. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. I won't. Let's be honest. I'm not going to be able to control myself when it comes out, and I'm going to buy them.
No, you won't. You're going to pick it up.
No, yeah. I'll tell myself now that I'm not, but I will.
No matter how much you say, oh, I don't like that hair. Okay, I'm going to buy 3 of them.
Yeah, I'm going to buy them all. Yeah, no, because I'm going to get excited. And then because of toy conditions recently anyway, it's been so long since I've bought figures, I'm be like, I need to buy something. And then I'll buy something.
It seems like at least my stores are slowly getting some stock back. So hopefully that's a good sign. And thing is, with all of them, they all are getting different lines. Like there's no
Yeah.
consistency with my retailers at all.
No, that's true.
Yeah.
So I think with me, one of my favorites is I have an autographed Ultimate Warrior
Nice.
that I got signed when we met him. That is back there.
Back on the goalposts.
Yeah, behind the goalpost. It's out. I don't have many of my action figures out right now, but it is out and displayed. I'm really like
TNT title doesn't come with a Cody figure, does it? Or does it?
Not yet. No.
Okay. All right.
And it's been a couple, a month or so since they debuted it. They could sneak it in, but as of right now, no. I think he comes with his weight belt instead. As far as looking forward to Elite Street Profits have not been announced, but yes, absolutely.
It'll happen. If they have basics, they'll have elites.
Something that I really loved so far is the Elite Viking Raiders.
Mm.
Haven't seen anything finished yet, but even just in the grayscale prototype, that looks good. Like they're going all out with Viking Raiders, which means there's going to be some elites in that wave that don't have any accessories. Just how it works.
Mm-hmm.
Viking Raiders get all the paint applications, and we get a Rey Mysterio with nothingness.
So, kind of going back through with some of my selection, I don't know if they're favorites, but notable ones for the collection for me.
Yeah,
2 of them involve Triple H. Actually, one of them was a Toys R Us exclusive that you could only get online. That of him is from the Jacks, not from the Mattel era, from the Jacks.
Yeah.
And it was his big king with the furry robe.
Oh yeah.
WrestleMania entrance. And for some reason I just thought that was so cool. I didn't even collect it that time. And I'm like, this is so cool. I need to have it.
It does.
And so I grabbed that, and that kind of was my downfall because I'm like, well, I got this one, might as well get some more. And then when Mattel did take over, you may remember, was January 1st is when they went out.
Yep.
So I did not stay up on New Year's Eve that night. I did not stay up late or anything. Woke up, was waiting for Toys R Us to open on New Year's Day morning.
Yes.
To go. At the time, my wife, we're long since hate each other. No, that's not true. But so she and I both went there. We were waiting for them to open up. They didn't even have a display out. So I had to ask an employee who obviously did not want to be there to go in the back. Because as you know, they had the Chase figures and they had the Mattel belt, the giant Mattel belt. This is not the Triple H one. But you see there's the giant belt and they're all individually numbered. And there was only 1,000 made of each one and everything. And so I went to Toys R Us to see what they had, and they opened up a brand new box for me, basically. And the only Chase they had was Triple H.
Yeah.
So the very first Mattel figure, and there's enough of them around me, the very first one was Triple H. So Triple H is my downfall. He buried my bank account.
Just like he bears.
Exactly. That's where I'm going with that one.
I got it.
If one of yours is a boogeyman, I'm getting off. Wait, how are you? Never mind. I don't want to know. That.
No, that's weird.
But he hasn't seen Boogie Shrine, I bet.
No.
I do have a Boogie Shrine. I do have dozens of Boogeyman figures, so
you do. That's true.
I'm proud of that.
You should probably rearrange it so the Boogie Shrine is directly behind you in camera.
Next time I rotate, Boogeyman will probably be behind me. Yeah.
So like my stuff, much smaller collection than yours. But one of the things I just got recently is the Undisputed Era box set. So I have all 4 members now displayed doing the Undisputed Era poses that they do when they come into the ring.
Is Roddy next to them?
Roddy is down in front doing the.
Is he by them though?
Yeah.
Okay, because I can't see it. We only see like the like no matter how much I get close to the camera, I can't see any better.
I have all 4 displayed right there.
Oh, okay, so it's empty. Okay, I see now.
Yes. Yeah, the box is up there. Roddy and they're open down here.
Gotcha. All right, that makes sense now. All right.
Yeah, I have them I have my Rob Schamberger Undisputed Era print behind it.
That's 2 mentions for that guy. That's way too many. At this point, you better pay us.
Anymore. No.
Yeah. All right. So, horror show. We'll make this quick. We won't spend an hour on predictions here, but your predictions very much welcome. 7 matches announced for what was originally Extreme Rules, the horror show, is now the horror show at Extreme Rules.
Yes.
And I know we say this a lot, but this has potential to be an amazing show because of creative opportunities or another forgettable event. What would you lean towards?
I want to say, I mean, I do appreciate them doing the almost horror movie themed posters for the matches. Like, I like that they're having some fun with it. I appreciate that most of the graphics are no longer like bright and sunny like they were originally.
Still a couple, but not as bad as they were.
Yeah, but not everything. I want so bad for it to be good, but I have a feeling at least half of these matches will be completely forgettable.
Yeah. Well, let's start with one that I don't think anybody really wants to see, a bar fight, Jeff Hardy versus Sheamus.
Is that what
and maybe I'm wrong. Maybe people are excited for it, but what I've encountered personally and then what I've scrolled on the dirt sheets doesn't seem like people are comfortable with the storyline, which actually doesn't bother me at all. If Jeff Hardy's fine with it, I'm fine with it, but I'm just tired of them going to that well so often.
No, No, I'm going to predict Sheamus wins. I feel like a lot of the stuff that I've read online, they're kind of burying Jeff because he has not signed a new contract. So they're kind of pulling a Matt Hardy as well, put everyone else over on your way out. So I think Sheamus is going to win this bar fight.
Okay. All right. I'm actually going to go with Jeff Hardy. This is one of those shows that I'm actually not picking a lot of favorites, to be honest. I'm going to pick Jeff Hardy. I would actually say he is the favorite on this one. I think
probably
the revenge for everything going on here. But either way, I don't know. Do you think it's going to be cinematic since it's off site? Will this be a WWE pay-per-view with numerous cinematic matches?
It definitely will. I mean, yes, absolutely it will be.
Will there be anything in the ring? Yeah, that'd be
maybe the women's matches. Maybe
the women's matches. Screw cinematography for them.
Well, I'm trying to think. Like I was more trying to think of, do they have? Well, I didn't realize this was a bar fight, so maybe they do have themes that I'm unaware of. So bar fight, no. I feel like bar fight lends itself to being cinematic in some way, even if it's just minor cinematic, like Gargano Ciampa was. 6
camera angles for everything. Yeah.
We get like bottom break, and it's like just multiple.
Exactly. All right, so we disagree on that one, which is normally a good sign. U.S. Championship, to my knowledge, does not have a stipulation yet. Apollo Crews defending his belt against MVP, who claims he's the champion with the new belt.
Yeah. So I mean,
most likely we're going to get some sort of visual of a guy holding both belts.
Most likely, yeah.
Who's that somebody going to be? Is it Apollo or MVP?
Number one, I stand corrected. This one will happen in a ring. Number two, I guess, and I don't know, maybe you have some insider knowledge on why Apollo's been off TV for a couple weeks. I do not. So if he's good to go in wrestling, then maybe I'd hate to see him lose right away, but I feel like MVP needs to win this. It just gives his character so much more clout and credibility. I prefer MVP as a manager to Bobby Lashley, but I don't think that's where they're going. I think he needs to win this to kind of maybe even push the storyline further. Like Bobby goes even more all in because MVP is now a champ.
Right.
Maybe he gets some tag guys because, oh man, he can win a title for himself. He can totally help me. Like, I feel like Apollo needed this win, and I don't feel like he's gotten much of a storyline. Like, it's definitely been an MVP's storyline. So I would love to see Apollo win. However, I feel MVP's going to
win. The visual would help cement Apollo. If he's holding up both of those championships, a la the IC belt in the 90s with Shawn Michaels and Razor Ramon, Razor holding both belts, kind of unifying them, that would help Apollo out. But like you
Absolutely.
said, the storyline momentum, it's all MVP carrying it right now. And I don't have any insider knowledge. I don't have any reason why Apollo's not on other than they're building the MVP stuff up so much. I think because he's been interacting with Ricochet and Cedric Alexander so much, I think they play a role in it where I think that tag team breaks up. And I think one of the two of them joins MVP's group.
Cedric Alexander.
I think that's the expected pick. But I think it would be interesting if they went with Ricochet.
I do too. I think a heel Ricochet would be very interesting.
Especially if they decided that they were going to be a tag team.
Yeah.
That Lashley's the muscle, and then somebody else, the smaller, the cruiserweight guy is the one that, of course, gets his ass beat and, hot tag it to the big guy. But I'm going to call MVP as well. Which, like you said, I would much rather him be a manager as well. But maybe he hands it over to Lashley.
That could be it. He wins, and then just
and then that could lead to some like, whoa, what are you doing? You don't just give away the title,
Yeah,
they could have some fun with that.
No,
all right. So we both agree on that one. SmackDown Women's Championship: Bayley Dos Equis versus Nikki Cross.
Bayley.
Well, okay then. All right. Don't even bring it up next time.
Bayley Dos Straps. She has completely found her footing with this annoying character that she has. And, for her to lose the title, while she'd still be a tag champ, she wouldn't be as annoying. And I don't know, losing the title to Nikki doesn't mean much.
Oh, wow. Disrespecting Nikki like that, huh?
It's not what I meant. I meant that
Ballz hates Nikki Cross, everybody.
That is not true. Not true.
Can't believe you.
I'm a Nikki Cross fan. I feel like if anything, they would lose the tag titles to Nikki Cross and Alexa Bliss. I don't think she'll lose the main SmackDown Women's Champion. God damn it.
You take that down right now.
No, what's worse is that's going to become the picture when we promote the show. I
the
know
longer
that.
I keep it on, the better the chances are. Yeah.
Yes, I know.
Ballz hates Nikki Cross. I hope she kicks your ass. But yeah, Bayley. Yeah. I don't even know why you bothered explaining that much. Just Bayley's winning that.
See?
Good explanation, though. But yeah, if they're everybody swears they're building towards her and Sasha. Sasha could cost her it. Brian here thinks that Nikki is going to get the win there. Which, hey, cool. I think it's Bayley though, just to kind of keep that momentum going as Sasha continues glancing out of the side of her eye, be like, I want that belt.
Yep.
Yeah.
Especially if she doesn't want her match.
Yeah. So let's talk about the Raw Women's Championship then. Asuka versus Sasha Banks. Asuka defending, of course.
Yes. Does this have any stipulation, fancy name, anything?
Just the championship right now, which you only got 7 matches on this card. And you got some cinematic stuff as we're expecting. You better let these women go because Asuka, as we know, is outstanding in the ring. And she's been great during the pandemic. But Sasha, to me, has been on fire recently. She is doing every little thing right. I think you just let these two go and let them go for a while. Not a 10-minute match. You let them actually go a half an hour and let them tear down the house. Oh,
yeah. That would be fantastic.
Yeah.
I'm calling Asuka to retain. Okay. I think if she would win, that would very much slow the progression of Sasha Bayley. There's no really looking over your shoulder side eye if you're holding a second belt too. So
this is where one of my radical picks comes in. I think Sasha holds 2 belts now.
Oh.
And Bayley holds 2 belts.
And Keith Lee holds 2 belts.
And because originality in WWE doesn't always, Table Talk next week. We have Sarah Logan on the show. So I'm going to talk about the Riot Squad. And then you had what was the name of the group with Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville and was it Paige?
Yeah, it was Paige.
Wasn't Team PCB, but
No, it was
wasn't
not.
the submission sorority.
No.
But you know what I'm saying, though? Like, if people don't remember, they debuted the same week. The Riot Squad debuted on Raw or whatever, and then the other team debuted on SmackDown the same week, the same trio of 3 troublemaking women. It's like, so it's not unheard of for WWE to have so many 2 belted champions right now.
No, not at all.
I think like a two woman power trip, like how we had Triple H and Stone Cold very briefly, the 2-man power trip.
Yeah.
And they're already comparing themselves to all of these great tag teams. And like,
true.
I think it was Trish Stratus that pointed out that she loves that Sasha has been purposely like biting back at every, like when Booker T says something about Bayley, oh, well, we're better than Harlem Heat ever was. And Sasha on social keeps attacking every tag team saying they're the best ever. So if now they can say they're the 2-man power trip better than the 2-man power trip, the better 2-man or 2-woman trip, that they like, how many more teams can they make fun of? And of course, when they implode, it makes it that much more epic.
Oh, absolutely. How long was the 2-man power trip a thing? It wasn't very long.
No, because Triple H went down with an injury.
That's what I thought. He blew a quad or something, right? Like,
yeah. So it really didn't last all that long, but for them to be able to say, hey, look, we're better than Stone Cold and Triple H.
That's what I'm saying. Like, literally, you last 1 week longer than they did. And you're like, yes.
Thank you.
I think?
What a dumb name.
Yeah.
All the same, I think Becky wins, or not Becky. Wow. Banks wins that belt. And I'm thinking of all the 2 belt people.
Yeah.
So that's who I'm picking there. Moving on, swamp match, non-title, Braun Strowman versus Bray Wyatt.
Oh, it's non-title?
Oh yeah.
And it's against Bray Wyatt, not the Fiend. Braun Strowman's winning this.
But Braun Strowman's a champion.
Oh, that's true.
And you're like, oh, I forgot. Which shows you how great he's been booked recently.
I was very honest last week when I don't pay a whole lot of attention to SmackDown. Can we get an animatronic alligator? It's kind of what I'm hoping for.
Has nothing to do with the swamp match, but I just want people to remember this.
Yeah, no, it's like, oh man, he doesn't watch SmackDown. Hates Nikki Cross.
Hold on, let's do it right.
That's not right.
There we go. Oh, now I got your picture up in the corner. Yeah.
I know. I see it.
Yeah.
I think Strowman's winning.
Okay. All right. I'm actually calling Bray Wyatt to win. I like that they got this, like, they have 3 personalities for Bray Wyatt now, which is really kind of cool, and like the 3 faces of Foley. And I think because it's non-title, this will even the score, because Braun beat the current Firefly Funhouse Bray Wyatt.
Oh, that's true.
With the black mask and whatnot. The mask, if you remember that. So I think the swamp match is going to screw with Braun's head a little bit. I think classic Bray Wyatt's going to win this one, leading up to most likely SummerSlam, The Fiend versus Braun Strowman. Rubber match, best out of 3, so to speak. So I do think we're going to win. I hope it's just a wrestling match inside like 2 feet of swamp water. I think that'd be great. Animatronic alligator, like you said, but probably won't.
Oh man,
I'm envisioning like Resident Evil 6, 7 sort of stuff, like the bayou and the zombies coming out, and that's what I'm thinking.
Oh man, no, that'd be cool. Not the zombies. I don't feel WWE can pull that off at all. But
I like Brian's idea here. Throw Braun into the alligator's mouth like the Battleground game trailer. Perfect cross promotion. Well done. Yep. Brian wins the internet this week.
Yeah, no, that's fantastic. I would love to see a wrestling ring submerged in water.
It's a lumberjack match, but alligators.
We saw that. It was Kennel in a Cell or whatever it was called.
But not with alligators.
No, now we have alligators instead of dogs.
Yeah. All right, so WWE Championship, Drew McIntyre defending against Dolph Ziggler in a stipulation to be announced.
Which allegedly got leaked as TLC.
But is that like live up to expectations at the horror show? An unannounced TLC match, is that?
Nope, not at all. That's regular Extreme Rules, not the horror show. Not Extreme.
That's
Rules.
not extreme.
Yeah, no, there's no TLC in 2 feet of water with alligators.
Brilliant. I love it.
That's all WWE Creative does. Is
Dolph Ziggler's like, our stipulation is we're doing this at the same time as a swap match. Let's do this.
That'd be great. Happen at the same time. Oh
yeah,
man,
I'm gonna get you distracted with with that going on over there. Yeah, so maybe I win. Either way, Drew McIntyre's winning. How about that?
Yes, Drew McIntyre's winning. I don't care what the stipulation.
Dolph's a good filler. That's great. But Drew's going to face that big challenger, whoever it may be, at SummerSlam, whoever that may be. But the stipulation, that's just what intrigues me. Is it going to be something Dolph Ziggler oriented? Like, is this going to be like a tuxedo match? Is it going to be a 2020 tuxedo match where you have to rip off your opponent's tuxedo? We haven't got one of those in a while.
Jean jacket on a pole. Right,
exactly. Something like, spike up your hair, whatever. I don't know.
It's a hair gel match. Oh, no,
hair gel match, man. No, I'm just curious. I hope it's not something we see typically. Even if it is a tuxedo match, at least it's different. And on a show called The Horror Show, that would be funny. That somebody has picked the most non-threatening match possible.
It's a pillow fight with men. What?
And Drew would be like, what? What is going on here? And it's Dolph getting in his head. So I'm very curious about that, but we both agree Drew's winning that one. And then Eye for an Eye is the last one that I have in the match. Of course, Seth Rollins versus Rey Mysterio. You have to pluck the eye out of your opponent, which I'm pretty sure this is going to be a cinematic match.
Yes.
Or at least the end. So we don't get that close up. But what's intriguing about this one, and you and I briefly talked about this, maybe even last week, Rey Mysterio supposedly is just working on like a handshake deal right now that he's not under contract. So the belief is if he's leaving, it's easy to injure him. And I think you had said that recently that, well, he's leaving. That explains why he's leaving. We move on. But I was on the other side of things and I stay with it. I think Seth Rollins, the savior of Raw, sacrificing an eye for the brand, that's where the character goes.
Yeah, it does. I mean, totally. I could see it.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously he won't lose an eye because that's one hell of a storyline to have to continue for the entire rest of your career.
No, I mean, they were able to get it back in the eye socket just in time, but he's going to have a couple weeks of vision problems. So he's got, they're going to that.
Totally.
I'm sure. Or like they bring back Papa Shango to like do some voodoo thing on his eye, while it's on his back. Man. I mean, if the Boogeyman can eat Jillian Hall's mole off of her face, that big scar.
It's for different times.
No, not at the horror show, buddy. Not at the horror show.
No, man, like the fact that like on Monday Night Raw, they beat that to death. You must pluck the eye out of your opponent. And you're like, the more they say it, the more I don't want to see this match. The more it's not going to live up to anything.
I don't know. I'm curious how they're going to do it. They possibly have painted themselves into a corner, and that's why I want to see how they get out of it. Maybe they have a brilliant idea for this, and we're all be like, "Bravo, WWE!"
If it's Rey, and so if it's Rey, how do you de-eye Rey Mysterio without demasking Rey Mysterio?
Well, I mean, he's got the eye holes, so
I mean, they're not that big.
How much room do you need to pluck out someone's eye?
Obviously, you've never plucked out someone's eye.
No, but I'm pretty sure you don't need that much. Like
I've seen movies,
like right here, like the mask goes around my fingers right now. I mean, it's like I'm not going underneath the mask to get to the eye. It's just right here.
I don't know.
God, I wish I had one of the masks right now. I'd put on a mask for you.
I hope that someone just tuned into the show right as we're both trying to remove our eye. Like that, they're like, what? This is what?
So he says that it's going to be a fake eye. Brian says the rubber eye trick. Typical heel move. It's possible.
Oh yeah.
But WWE, you do not do this to me, buddy. No, none of you. None of you even think about Brian's idea there.
No,
Brian won the internet earlier, and now he's gone. Brian, you lost the internet now for even putting that in WWE's mind.
Right?
Because I want like some blood drippage, fake blood drippage, of course.
There would be blood.
I want that. It's not going to be fully out. It's just going to be enough to be like that gag, you know, the horror thing of just the eye just bulbs out a little bit.
Yeah.
And we talk, and then eventually we go backstage and talk to like Becky Lynch, like via Zoom, and see how's it feel to be dating a guy with only one eye. And she's like, I'm disgusted by him now, and just
and she leaves him.
Great. So, like, do we know what's going on with what's going on with Dominic? Because Dominic's in the WWE system, isn't he?
Allegedly, yeah. I think he's in NXT or the training system. Yes.
So does this just take him off of TV then? If no dad around, then Dominic's done too, or does Dominic continue on without Ray?
Ooh. No, I think he would continue without him.
Yeah. I don't know. I could see Seth losing the eye, but then maybe Buddy Murphy, maybe a returning Austin Theory. You know, maybe we could see somebody like beat down or something. I don't know, but
yeah.
Or maybe it's Dominic that gets beat down after the match.
Maybe Dominic loses an eye.
Well, I wasn't going to go that far, but I'd love it. No, but maybe he gets beat down, and so that's why Ray has to take some time off. He's caring for his son or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I'm actually calling Ray to win on his way out, if that even happens. For all we know,
yeah.
Because never wrong about things.
And I'm going to go ahead and call Seth to win.
Either way, somebody's losing an eye. And I can't wait. I can wait, but I can't wait. So we will get these predictions up on the Facebook, Wrestling Audio, at Wrestling Audio on Facebook. So you'll be able to tell us how wrong we are in that form if you're watching this on demand, pre-recorded So you can do that. One last idea from Brian, trying to redeem himself. Ray loses an eye. Dominic has an eye versus career match. Dominic wins, wears the eye on a gold chain, a la horror Eddie Guerrero. It makes sense.
Yeah.
What if the ghost of Eddie Guerrero comes back? It's the horror show.
It's true.
Odele, viva la afterlife. I don't know. They can figure that out. At Wrestling Audio on all of the socials. Give us that like and follow. Tell your friends. Give us a review. Hopefully a good review, because that actually helps the aggregates, blah, blah, blah. It helps with all of that technical mumbo jumbo that maybe we actually get exposed to a few more people without needing to expose ourselves to new people. Yeah.